Hey, welcome back. Let's get ready to start Era 2. Bot goes first. That's going to go on the bottom. Also going to go on the bottom. Also going to go on the bottom. There we go. Finally. Excuse me. Okay. So, going to place one. Always makes total sense. Leftmost one. I'm not there. It's going to take the topmost empty space. Oh, hold on. It's going to take where the scarab is the furthest, which that makes total sense. Okay. So what's it going to do? It's finally going to gain a craft, which it hasn't done in a while, and it's going to gain a permission from Khufu. And then as far as excuse me, as far as the crafts go, I know I feel like I'm coughing so much. I was eating salted nuts before I started, and now I'm coughing on it. So 1 second. Okay, so that's its turn. Now it's to us. I haven't been thinking about what we want to do. I do want to gain a craft. The boat thing, oh, it depends on the contract. So this one's have 5 papyri. I have at least 3. Yes. 3 inside the temple. 5 other contracts. Or 3 with your feather. This one, space 7 with your heart. And reach space 9. Well, 7 with the heart I think I may have already done. There's 5. I'm at 6. So I'm just 1 away from that one. So the boat thing, definitely cool. I think I want to do this one first. So I'm going to grab this. Now, which one do I want to do? Obviously, they took that spot, which would let me move up the building track. I've been liking this so far. I've been playing a lot of this game. And of course, we've been doing the boat game. I think I'm going to go here before they do. Now, by doing so, I am committing I'm going to have to pay a fish here. And I do have a lot of fish, so not worried about that. This one letting me embalm. That's not a bad one either. I'll go here first, though. Okay, so I'm going to gain a craft and move the limestone. Let's move the limestone twice first. So now we're at this level of building, right? So we got the base down. So I'm going to gain a heka, and then I can gain a heka and a heart, a heka and a feather, a heka, and I'm going to gain 2 heka. That's what I want to do. So 1, 2, like so. That was a good move. And then I need to gain a craft. So this needs to refill. So I don't know if I have a preference. This one here lets me advance a scarab, which I don't know the value of that yet. I mean, you don't get to do anything when you advance it. It's just advancing it for free. This one is you gain a papyrus, or 2 heka if I put it on the bottom, or it's 1 point if I... So like I could put another one on the bottom, or I could put one up here. So the whole point of putting one here is for the level 2 reward. I'm just not really impressed with the level 2 reward. If I can fill the whole bottom, I score a point. So I think I'm going to just take this one and put it along the bottom. So now I got 2 of these available, which is why I want to do this. Now, there's nothing stopping me from putting all 3 of my workers in the same spot. Even though that's not what the bot wants to do, if I want to just hammer this action over and over again, I can. I just have to pay the fish, because you have to pay for your own workers that are there too. Okay, gained a gift, move the 2. I like it. We are done. Okay, they're going to place another one. They want to go where I am, so they're going there, which puts pressure on me to do that as my next action, which I'm fine with. And then they're going to gain a craft and move a boat. So let's gain the craft first. They're going to take this one. And then they get to move a boat 1 space and then activate. They always do this one. Yeah, they're going to go 1 space, take this one. I didn't really need that one so much. And then it finishes there. Alright, they're done. Okay, so I don't want to pay for this, so I'm going to move here and just pay 1 fish instead of 3. So there we go, 1 fish. That lets me move my scarab down. So this says I can do 2 priestess movement and make an offering. So this is 1. That would be 2 more. So I'm just going to do 1 to go in there and another 1 to go into here. You can split it up. And then I get to do another offering. So I got to decide, do I want Heka and orbs? The feathers I get with the papyri, which is pretty cool. So, or I can just do fish and orbs, Heka and orbs. There's so many choices. That one's a heart one. In order to get more hearts, I would need these. I'm definitely placing it. Look, I have 2 of them to place here. This one lets me do 1 boat movement and activate a boat. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one. And I think I'm going to go... I definitely want to move up the obelisk, so I don't want to do the end ones. So it just becomes a matter of, okay, do I want Hekas or feathers, or do I want the hearts, right? Because the hearts is one of those contracts that's coming up. I'll do the heart this time. So we're going to do 2 hearts and 1 orb. So the 2 hearts moves me to there. And then the 1 orb moves me to here. Now by moving to here, I am going to score 4 points, but I also trigger the deity. Now the deity says I get to move my hieroglyphic counter 1 step. So this moves 1 step. Boom. So now I get to decide. I can move like this up a step. I think I want to move the... I'm going to move the Sphinx up a step. Because this will let me do a level 2 space if I can get to here. That lets me gain a craft and place a Sphinx. Which is also cool. Alright. So that was that. Yep, move 2. And make an offering. Yep, done. Okay, her turn. She's just placing all 3. Alright, so the only empty space is the bottom one. And... so he's going to carve a Sphinx. And then do 1 priestess movement and make an offering. Which is, of course, what he's going to do. So has to move this one. And then the offering is going to be a die roll. So I rolled a 4. So, oh, I forgot to get my bonus. Remind me in a second. So we're up here. And how do I know what number? Oh, right here. See the 4? So the 4 means it's going to go here. And take that one. And move up 2 on the obelisk. So then they get the bonus. They get 2 hearts. And in my case, I would have gotten the boat, right? The boat and the activation. That's what I forgot to do. So I can go into this and have 3 priestesses inside the temple, or this boat activation would be horrible. So, or I could just move up and gain 2 fish. Which one do I prefer? I'm going to go there and take this and have 3 priestesses inside the temple. And then I finish there. And remember, that was just because I forgot to activate my gift. Alright, so her gift's done. Her action's done. My turn. I did want to go down here, so now I'm going to have to spend a fish to go there, which is a little tricky for me. And I moved the wrong one. I meant to move mine. So, sorry about that. The boat one would be interesting because I do like moving the boat. I do need to... I need to get these out. So, I do want to put a person here. It's just that I have to pay a fish to go there, and if they move over here before me, then I have to pay a fish again. Or if I wait for them to move, I then don't have to pay a fish to go there. But no matter where I'm going, I'm paying a fish. So then it becomes, okay, I need a duck. Can I take a duck one? Well, if I pay a fish, I can do this one, which lets me activate a boat. Move a limestone, or do 2 priestess movement. How many fish do I have? I don't have that many, but I'll do it. I'm going to do the fish thing. And I can activate a boat, which I can use to get fish, or I can do 2 priestess movement, which is the one I'm going to do. Because I got to move... I got to spend 2 to get up there. If I want the bigger cash and prizes, right? And then I also have a goal to get a 3rd one up here. And you can't have them... Oh, by the way, when they give a gift, you put them upside down because they get knocked down. Maybe they can't move once they give an offering. Let me check real quick. That is not the... That's for whenever they go. Lay down one of your priestesses. So if I advance, advance both the standing and the lying down. So if they're laying down, it just means they can't do another offering. Okay, where's this standing up? Oh, the priestess always stands up in the room they have reached. Here we go. Yeah, so when you move them, they stand back up. That's what it is. Okay. And you put them upside down because it's really hard to knock them over in this game or in the tabletop simulator. So you just turn them on their head. But anyways, I did the two, and that's it. That's my turn. Sorry, that was a rule I wasn't very clear on. Okay, now they're going to move over. Which one do they move over? Well, they move over on the one that I'm in. So it'll be that one. So this will move over like this. So they're going to do 2 priestess movement and make an offering. So again, they're going to go up. Because they're going to make an offering, I flip it over. And then this one is going to go wherever I roll the die. It's a 3. So it's going to go there, and they're going to get 1, 2. They ignore the deity thing. And then they ignore that as well. So there you go. They got 2 offerings in. Alright, now what am I going to do? I have to place. This one is 3 boat movement and activate 1 boat. Gain a papyri. I'll do this one. I'll put it there. Pay my 1 fish. And I'm going to do 3 boat movement with 1 activation. So I can go like 1, 2, 3 to have 6 baskets placed in a temple. And then I'm going to be here, so I'm always going to gain 2 fish and have my boat all the way at the end, so anytime I activate it, I gain 3 food. That's good. Or I can go 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to do that instead. And then I'm going to choose space number 7 with your heart. And then I finish here. Oh, and I keep forgetting to do this stuff. So I gain a feather, and so does he, because we both did that one. So we both gain a feather. And then I just did this one, which lets me gain a heart. And that means I already have my heart thing fulfilled. And yeah, so I got at least both of these boats are both going to gain enough food for me, at least. And then, of course, I have 2 more I can still move. Alright, that's done. Now we go to him. He's going to grab an action. And he wants the sitting down person. Oops. We're going to go ahead and grab this one for him. Sitting down person moves up 1. And he gains a point. And it was the bottom one, so he gains a papyri. None of us have one yet, so he's just going to grab that one. And I'm realizing I needed to also gain a point. That's why I grabbed the duck. Okay. His turn's over. I want to get moved before he does, so I don't have to pay a fish. So that moves me to here, and now I can place a Sphinx on any level 2 space. I have 2 of them carved, so there's a lot of choices here. This one lets me gain a gift. Now I need to, if I do this one here, I need to have 6 gifts in the temple. But this one would let me gain a gift and move up 2 on the orb. This one would let me, in either order, I do 2 priestess movement and then make an offering. And here I would gain 2 food and do 3 boat movement and activate a boat. I can gain a permission of Khufu and advance a limestone twice. That might be nice here. This one, gain a papyri at no cost. And then activate any 2 mastaba tiles, or 1 twice. That's these things up here. I just get to activate any 2 that I want. Or move my heart and feather 2 spaces. Man, I like a lot of these. I like this one. I sort of like this one because it's a mini game I haven't been doing much, and I would get to be the first to do one of these. So like I'm doing really well with contracts, and I am doing well there too. But I think I want to stick to a mini game and just hit it hard. So we're going to do that one, which lets me do 2 priestess movement and make an offering. So I could go into the final room. I do need to get one of these in here in order to fulfill my contract. I need 1 more to go in. Oof. Moving up 2 on the orb track is really good. So I'm going to move 1 priestess in and another one. So that's my 2 movement. So I got my contract fulfilled. Right? I took this contract here. And then I got to place a gift. But I'm already up here. So let's do that. I can do the 2 feather. I can do the 2 heart. I'm going to do the 2 Heka, 2 orb thing. Or should I do the feather? I'm getting so close to gaining points that way. Yeah, I'm going to do the 2 feather. So 1, 2. And then I get to move up 2 here. So I'm up to 6 points now. This is actually pretty cool. I like this. Alright, so I am done. And that dude is there and looking good, if I must say so. Alright. Gets to move over, and it could be either one. I think they do the one I'm in. That's right. So this is going to move over. So they're going to gain a craft and carve a sphinx. So they got all 4 of them carved. And then, yeah, they just gain the leftmost one. And they will always do this. They always try to go up. So they're going to do it that way. And that's it. Back to us. Alright, I need the snake. There is no snake at all here. So that doesn't do me any good. I'm going to do some more boat stuff. So we're going to go here, spend a fish. So it says I get to gain a papyri. And right now, I don't know if I'm going to gain a lot of these. So I'm just going to take the cheap free one so I don't spend any Hekas. And then I can place a sarcophagus at the highest level or embalm. So I got to embalm. And I'm done. They're moving over. So now this moves up. They're going to obtain a permission of Khufu. And advance a limestone once. So when they have permission, they always want to advance this one. So that's what they do. Back to me. Again, I don't have any... The snake is way up at the top. So that means I should try to move over this one. So I'm going to move that scarab up So it's either move one boat and activate two of them, or move three boat movement and activate one. So I don't think I have 14 feathers yet. Yeah, I'm not even at 10, but it's a good, noble goal. I am not at space number 9. Like, this is a bad one to try to get. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move one boat and activate two of them. So I'm going to activate this one to get the contract. And then that also gives me a Heka. Mighty Heka Hika Ho. And then that puts me here, which gets me the 2 income for the fish. And then I'm just going to activate the other one and get 2 fish, which I really needed. So the 2 activations was more desirable for me there. Alright. They're going to grab an action. They need the snake, which is not available. Then they want to choose my thing, which is a snake that's not available. So they just grab the bottom one. And by grabbing the bottom one, they also grab a papyri. And they need a circle. And there is no circle. So then they want to block me from getting the vase. So they'll take that one. Which I don't know if I'm ever going to get the vase anyways this round. So I'm not so sure it matters. Because I have basically 2 actions left. I need the snake, which if I'm willing to spend 3 fish, I can get it. That'll give me a point. I am at 3 fish. I will do it. I will spend 3 fish. I will grab the snake one. And that moves me up here, which gives me a point. But the big one is by taking the top one, I can do any of these actions. I can put out a sarcophagus. I can move twice on the track. I can put out another... I can carve a sphinx. I can't put one out. I can grab a craft, which I don't have the one for the 6 crafts or anything yet, but I, can score a point or get one higher up. And by the way, I keep forgetting to do this. That would have scored me a point, and that's flipped over. If I do 2 here, I can do the Khufu thing, because I do not have one. I thought I did. Did I move theirs instead of mine? I might have. Because look, I was here. I moved once and I obtained a permission to Khufu. Or did I do the twice? I would swear I did that. I'm going to take one away from... I should have one. So with that said, do I want to do 2 here, which lets me place one of these? I think I do. Although, these are nice. See, now what? These are just going to be toppers. And then that tops again. That's for every 2 contracts I have fulfilled. I'm looking at 4, so that would be 2 points. If I go there, and for every Sphinx I've played, I've got 1 right now, but I could get a second one out. Man, I don't know if that's worth it. Like, it's sort of like, stick to the mini games that work for you. Which is this. And maybe this. Even the boat thing is going good. Do I have the bandwidth to move this 2 space? I mean, I just paid the fish to be able to do that. You know what? I will. Now the question is, am I going to do this? I mean, that would give me 2 points. Whereas if I move this twice, I get to construct this. I'm going to gain fish. And I gain points from just moving this. I'm going to move this one twice. So now I'm going to gain 2 points from that, and I get to put this fish out. And I can put fish and feather, fish and fish, or fish and heart. I'm going to do fish and fish. Because I'm at 0. Alright, then they get to go. They're going to grab a tile. They need the snake. There's no snake out there. I need the sitting man. So they're going to grab that one, which was the third one. So they're going to do a boat movement and an activation. So it's this one. They would move here and take this. And then go there. And by taking that, they gain a heart. And then I need the sitting man, which I don't have. So I'm not going to be able to do that. But I'm just going to grab whichever one has the action that suits me best. This is a really good one. I think that's a really good one. I think I prefer this one because I can gain a craft. That does cost me a fish, which I have. And then I can do any of these actions. I can do 2 priestess movement without doing an offering. Where I move the these, which would give me another 2 points. Not an awful idea, but I'm going to do the 2 priestess movement and get to the final room. So here's the part I'm stuck on. Obviously, they do the thing where you lay down the priests. But when do they stand up? They stand up when you move them. But when they're in the final room... So they lay down the priestess. If you reach... Yeah, that's if you reach the top of the obelisk. So then during the harvest phase, like, is there a spot where they just stand up? Like, it doesn't even have a spot that says if they're laying down, then they can't give another offering. So, if we do the flood, so there's not even a spot here that says your priestesses stand up. Well, let's do some quick math. I have 1, 2, 3. I only have 4 priestesses. And I got 9 gifts. I mean, you can give them along the way, and they stand back up as they go. I think what this is trying to insinuate is that when you get to the final room, and you donate, you give an offering, you're done. There's no more offerings you can give. So that means you want to give offerings as you go as well. I think that's how it works. Um, Let me pause and do a quick Google. Okay, the consensus is they can essentially only donate and give an offering in each room once. So yeah, once you get to the top room and you give an offering up here, you're done. There's no more offerings you can give. So if you want to give more offerings in that final room, you got to move another priestess up there. And of course, you got to be careful because if you skip all the offerings along the way, then there's no way you're going to put out 9 baskets. You're only going to be able to put out 4. So it's still, I think there's plenty of opportunity to do along the way, but you get what I mean. Um, okay. We are done with our 9 actions. So let's go through this again, the papyri. So advance your feather 1 step. So that just moves me 1 to 10. And then for him, he gets to move it twice. Done. Oh. Then we lose points again. So I'm going to lose 2 points, and he's going to lose 1, 2, 3, 4 points. Alright, and then we go to flip over fulfilled contracts. I have 3 priestesses inside the temple. I have 7 heart. I do not have 14 feather, so this one I don't fulfill. So I get 2, 4, 5, 6 points. And then he always flips everything. So he gets 5 points. Next. For each of your sarcophagi, score. So again, I score 1 point. Now I can understand why maybe you want to go for the highest point ones early, because I'm scoring every time. That's pretty good, actually. Me moving up the orb, I guess I'm scoring that every time too. So yeah, it all adds up. Then for the obelisk, so I'm at 6, he's at 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then the Great Pyramid track, I'm at 2, he's at 1. And then the mini thing, which none of us have done yet. I believe that's it. And just so you know, when you get to the end of the game, that's all the scoring there is. So when we finish Era 3, it's just that. And then the game's over. There's no, like, end game, tiles or anything crazy like that. So now we're going to move to the 3rd era. And then gain our income of food and heka. So from this, I still only get 1 heka, which I gladly take. Then for the food, I gain 2 fish for this one, and 1 fish for that boat, so 3 fish, which I really needed. And then we get our apprentices. Then refill the empty spaces. So now we're on round 3. So these ones come out and they fill all the empty spots. Like so. And then the player with the lowest points goes first. So it's still him. Shuffle, shuffle. And we're ready. Oh, forgot one more thing. 1, 1, 1, and 1. So when you finish the action phase and you're starting this phase, if you click this button, it takes care of everything, which I think is really cool. I just, this is my first time ever playing this game, so I want to learn the mechanics of the game and how the scoring works, because that helps me to formulate strategies and determine, when a certain action may be more valuable than another. All right, and then I'm going to just keep rolling. Let's finish this game. So we're going to go. Oh my goodness. All right. So this one needs to be on the very bottom. Alright, so this one coming out, and he wants to go where it's empty at the top. I actually forgot. Furthest ahead, where the scarab is furthest ahead. That's right. So the scarab that's furthest ahead for him is this one. But there's somebody there. Yeah, so it is the top. Because they're all tied at 2, the rest of them. Alright, so he goes there, and then he does this action where he's going to move 2. He has the permission thing. The fish doesn't do anything for him. So he's going to move 1, and then 2. And this permission, you need to have permission to move to that space. So he could have moved to this one just fine. And that's what he's going to do. And this comes out. Now, where does it go? This one, or that one? I think it might be as simple as a dice roll, but we'll look it up. But he's more or less done with his action. And let's figure out where he goes. Always chooses to advance his feather 1 step. When he advances, the favor of Kuvu, yeah. So he always scores 4 for each permission of Khufu he has placed, ignoring the scoring elements. We haven't done this yet, but that's just an important thing to know. And his way to adjust the difficulty makes total sense. But let's get to... Here we go. Build the Queen's Pyramid. Permission on the incomplete pyramid where you have 1. Starting from the top. If you haven't placed any, then he chooses the highest incomplete pyramid. So it's really just a crapshoot. So he, if I placed 1 here, then he would place 1 there. So he's just going to pick the highest placed one because that's the one he just placed. So We just picked the highest one. All right, fair enough. Okay, so now it's to us. Which one do I want to do first? This one, I can embalm or carve and gain a craft. That one gains a craft, and I can do a priestess movement and make an offering. I'm going to do this one. And yeah, I got to spend a fish here and I got to spend a fish there. Because both of my things that I've been really focusing on. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to spend a fish to go there. And then I can gain a craft. So then it's a matter of, like, some of these are really nice, but I'm going to just gain this one. And this one would give me a permission to Khufu. I'm going to go ahead and go on the bottom one because I score a point for going there. Like so. Alright, so I gain a craft, and then I can do a priestess movement and make an offer. And it's 1 movement point. So, I am going to move this one in. And I'm going to make an offer in the final room. This one. So, I like what I was doing in the past. I'm going to do the 3 feather, 2 orb. And the reason being is I need the feathers. So 1, 2, 3. I need to get to 14 in order to fulfill my contract. And so that's done. But I made it to the deity here, which lets me move to this, and that lets me advance a scarab. So I'm sort of thinking, like, wouldn't it be nice to go to level 3 on the Sphinx? Or I can advance these. That just gives me more movement points. I'm not as big of a fan of that. Yeah, I'm going to advance this one. Or am I? This is the final era. Yeah, I'm advancing this one. Yeah, there's not enough time to do everything you want to do in this game. As all good games usually are. So I do that, and this is done, and my turn's over. Now it's to them. Alright, so he's moving over. So this one's going to go here. And so this is going to give him 2 limestone advance. And then gain a favor of Khufu. So the favor of Khufu is going to allow this to happen. And then this will go there. And now you just put the top on. Like that. That's not a bad deal. I can see how that can be really powerful. And it's going to be powerful for him because this is going to be 4 points for him because he doesn't have to meet these conditions. 4 points each. So now it's to me. I don't have to worry about rushing this. Although, because I have one ready to go, I'm eyeing up this. I can do 3 priestess movement and make an offering. I don't have any gifts, so that's not going to be a good move for me. I could do this one to get a gift and then place it on a level 2 space. Like this one. Or that one. Yeah, I'm not in a rush, so let's wait on that one. I think I should do Yeah, this one. This will gain me a craft. So this will let me embalm or place one out. This will let me do the boat action, but I'm going to have to do fish here. The boat action's not going to be bad because I can gain a lot of fish now with my boats. This one, of course, lets me gain another craft. I definitely want to go here for one fish. So then it's saying I can gain a craft, and then I can embalm or carve a sphinx. So I already have one embalmed. Ugh. I'll carve another one. And then the gift thing is the one I really want to do. I don't want to spend fish, so I'm going to go ahead and take this one, take that off, and put that there. And as always, I keep forgetting to do this. This is a level 1, of course, so it's not hard to track. I gain 1 limestone advance. So I could, do the same thing or keep moving up on this track. I'll go ahead and advance 1 here. It's just 1, so not the best in the world. And I think this is done. Alright, his turn. He's going to place another one out. And he wants to go where I am, and then where his is the furthest, which will be this one. So that determined my next action. So it gets 2. Can't go here because the last one's not out yet. So the 2 advance will go here. So he's going to get a feather. And he just goes clockwise, so it's feather, feather. And then embalm. And then done. Alright, my decision was made for me, so I gotta move up. And this moves up. So here I can gain a craft and do 1 priestess movement and make an offering. So I'm going to go ahead and gain the craft. And yeah, I'm going to do a priestess movement. And I'll flip it on its head. And we're going to do an offering in here. So I will do... This one would let me do 2 priestess movement with no additional offering. I can do this before placing the basket. Oh, that's perfect. So I will move this one up. That one is not doing the offering. This one is. And I'll place this one. Now, I don't have my 14 yet on the feathers. But I think I want to do 2 hearts. So I'm going to do that one. And the 2 hearts means I'm no longer getting negative points. And then I get 2 more on this track, which that's looking really good for me. This is fun. I like this game. And you know what? The bot's not cheating. I mean, other than it doesn't track food or the hecka. I mean, that's the only cheating it's doing. It's pretty much doing what a human would do. And it's got some pretty easy decision making on, hey, just take the one at the top. I mean, maybe that's not, if you were a human, that wouldn't be the perfectly ideal one. But it's not bad. I like this game. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to get it. Okay, so I think I'm done. Yes. Oh, no, I'm not. Nope. I did the movement, so yes, I'm done. Alright, they are going to grab an action. They want the snake, which is this one. So that moves up. And they're going to move their most advanced one, which is this one. And the snake was the middle one, the fourth one. So yeah, they're going to do 2 more movement, like so. Alright, refill some displays here. What is my next one, by the way? I got the knives, which is near the bottom. You know what? I am going to take that one. So I'm not going to get to ever execute this because this is the final round of the game. So the only value for me is the fact that it has knives. So that gives me a point. So I'm going to do that. Now it's to him. Oh, I also get to do one of these actions. I can do a movement or a priestess movement. I will do a boat movement. I will do the boat movement into there. Yes. I could do this one into here. Have 6 baskets placed in a temple. I'm at 5. You know what? I'm going to do that one. Like that. Okay. His turn. Placing his final guy out. It's going to go where I am, which is there. So my turn is decided for me. And he's going to gain a papyri and erect a sphinx. Well, the papyri is easy. I don't have any. So he's just going to take the leftmost one. The sphinx he has plenty of, so he's got to erect one of them. And the one it's going to do, I think we have to roll dice here. So I rolled a 3. We'll roll a little better here. Still got a 3. Yeah. See, there's dice on here, so the 3. Now his Ankh is still on the 1 level, so it has to go here. So it does get its 3rd permission, and going to move this out, which means this one's going to go there, and that goes there. Like so. Alright. It's to me. My next one I need is a duck, which is at the bottom, and I gain a fish. So I'm going to do that one. I gain a fish. Ooh. I have this issue. It'll only cost me a fish. I'm okay. I just gained a fish, so then I can gain a papyri or a heka. I got plenty of heka. I will gain a papyri. I will do this one, and I'm going to spend 1 heka to put it there. So now I can go on either side. And let's not forget I got the duck, so that moves up 1. I get another point. Alright. He's grabbing another tile. His next one he needs is a duck, which is available. So he also gains a point. And then the bottom one lets him get a papyri. So he wants to finish that symbol there, which is right here. Done. Alright, that was easy enough. Now it's to me. I do want to beat him and get this over. So now I can place a Sphinx on a level 3 space. Now, there's a lot of choices here. This one lets me move up 3 on the orb steps. So 1, 2, 3, which gives me points here and points there. That's not a bad deal. Um, this one, I get to make an offering, which will let me get my 6 basket out. Um, this one would let me get another basket. Remember, I'm running out of actions here. This one would let me move my stuff 3 spaces and gain a papyri at no cost and activate any 3 of these tiles. So I can move up 3 spaces. I could do that. It's actually a tough decision. I think the best move is this one. And I would move this one up and make an offering. So I'm just going to keep her on her head. And I'm going to put an offering in here. So I took the feather. This one lets me move up 3 spaces on the orb. So I'm going to take this gift and I could do 2 spaces on the orb, or I could do 3. I'm going to take the 2 fish and move 3. 1, 2, 3. This lets me move 1. That gives me another point. Yeah, and then, yep, she gets to move over. So it doesn't matter which one. This one has the scarab furthest along. So he's going to gain a craft. Always takes that one. Gonna go there. Oh, I forgot. I did this. I gained a papyrus, which is really good, actually, because I want one. I can fulfill a scarab, or this is exactly what I'm looking for. I just need to spend 2 hecka. Alright, so he gained his gift, which was his action. Or craft. And then he's going to do 1 priestess movement and make an offering. So, this is the one that's going to move. And then we roll a die for the offering. 3. He always takes the best offering he can give. And so the 3 is this column. That does move him up 1 on this orb. And he gets to move his scarab 1 space. So it would be this one. Now, one thing that surprises me is you would think that, like, because like a Great Western Trail, you get points if you get to the end of your track. That's doesn't exist here. I don't get points for being at the level 3 tier either. Here, it's an interesting thing. Like the game is very rigid with its points. Okay, to me, the sitting guy is the only thing that I need, which is there, but I got to get this out of the way before I can take that. So what's the final action I want to do? I mean, moving along this track, moving the stone would be helpful. This would cost me a lot of fish. I would get to do another donation in the temple, but I feel like I'm sort of maxed out there. The boats would let me grab contracts like this one. And this action is going to let me activate at least 1 boat. Just 1. I don't know if I need to activate. I mean, unless I want to get more contracts, like this one. What is it saying? Have 8 crafts. Flipped or unflipped. I'm at 6. Yeah, wow. That's has 7 other fulfilled contracts. I'm at 5. Yeah, whew. Have all 4 sarcophagi. Have 8 papyri. I'm at 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's but I am going to be able to do this one just with my action alone. So I don't know if I want to do the boat one. Um, I mean, there are some easier contracts down here. I can try to pick up with my lower boats. It would get me points, but is it the best? I do have, for example, I have an embalmed person I want to put out. So why would I not go there so I can get him out there so um, I can either gain a papyri and embalm one, or I can just place one. Because remember, you can always do the previous action. So yeah, I'll do that. Oh, I forgot to do my action. So I gain a papyri, which is the big one, and then I get to do one boat movement and activate a boat. So the boat I'm activating is this one, which will then put him in the final spot. And I'm taking this contract right here, which I know I can fulfill. And I gain an orb step, which is awesome. So that puts me to there. And then I get one boat movement. So I can like move this one to here or get this one out. I don't think I'm activating any more boats. So I'm just going to move a boat out to there. But let's not forget that I gain a papyri and I need a scarab or whatever that is. So I got the scarab right here. I just have to pay 1 hecka. And placing this one is free. So now I got 2 pictures in. That was the beautiful part about placing that one in the middle. I mean, maybe it would have worked out just fine if I went the other way, but I feel proud. Okay, that's done. Now he's moving over. This moves up. He's going to gain a craft. And he wants to always fill the topmost one, so it's going to go there. And then he's going to move a priestess and make an offering. So this one can't move, so this one will come in. This one already made an offering, so we're going to have to make an offering with this one back here. And is always going to offer the topmost one. Let's roll dice. Roll a 2. The 2's taken. 4. So we're going to move up 1 on the orb. And I thought he was moving up, yep, here. Since it's a level 2, he's going to move up another orb. And they don't do the deity, the bot. So he gets to cheat on the fish, but he doesn't get the deity bonus. I think that balances out. Alright, so 2 of them are on there laying down. Yep. Okay. Good there. Now it's our turn. Oh, this was supposed to go away. So yeah, I want to grab this here, because that moves me to this, and then I get 1 more point. See, I don't get anything for being to the end. I just get the points along the way. That's it. It's an interesting game that way. Like usually there's like this big prize for getting to the end, and in this case it's just, you know, I beat the Joneses, and who can also get the same amount of points. I almost forgot. When you grab one of these, you get to do the action here. I hope I didn't forget to do that earlier. So I can gain another papyri or a hecka. So this is going to cost me 3. I don't have 3 hecka. So I can't gain a papyri, so I'm just going to gain a hecka. It was hecka a lot of expensive. So he has to gain 1. He wants the double knives, which is this one. That's going to give him a point. And then it was the second one up, so he's going to get to move up one on the this here, which lets him build this one. So that's 2 hearts. 1, 2. And he's done with his turn. Then I got one more thing to do. That's this one, which is going to cost me a fish. And I get to move to here so I can gain a papyri. But I don't want to do that. I want to place my sarcophagus on a level 1 space. And in this case, the Heka is not as valuable to me. The orb would be nice, right? Because if I could get one more orb, I score 18 points. So I want to be here. That's the only place I can go. But see, that only gives me 1 heart. I could go here and get 3 hearts. That just gives me 1 point. It does let me do this action and that action, but I'm going to go here. So I'm going to gain 2 Heka and 1 heart. I don't know if the Heka means anything anymore, but I'll do that, and I gain 1 heart. Like so. I gain the orb step, which puts me to the top, and then I move a limestone 1 space. So that's what I wanted to do. So now I can put out my Nefer, whatever it is, and this is every 2 papyri I have. 4, 5, 6, 7. So that'd be 3 points, right? Or I get 1 for every sphinx I have, which is 2. Because I do have a 3rd one, but I don't think I'm going to get to put it out. So I think this one for sure is the better play. So I get to cap that off. These neutral ones look like very close in color. Alright, so I am done. We are all done with our actions. So now we get to do this. So advance our feathers. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I get to move my feather 5 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. And then he gets to do 1, 2, 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. So that's done. So next, we lose 1. So he's going to lose 2 points. I think I'm creaming this bot right now. And then I am going to gain 2 points. Then we do trade contracts. So 2, 4, 5 for him. I have 14. I have 6 baskets placed. So 3, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. And then I score for the sarcophagi. So this is 0 points, but I get 1 for this one and 0 for that one. So I get 1 whole point. That's alright. I'll take it. Then for the obelisk, I get 18 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. And he gets 6 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then Great Pyramid Track. He's going to get 6. I get 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I get 1, 2. Then for the Khufu thing. So I get, remember there was 3 of these. So I get 3 points. Because that's basically divided by 2, it's 3. So I get 3 points. Now this is where he scores a lot of points. He gets 4, 8, 12 points. So I think, if the game would have went a little differently, he would have scored quicker if he would have gotten those out quicker. Um, and the funny thing is that's it. Like, there's nothing else to it. There's no more. There's no points for getting to the end of the temple. No points for getting your scarab to the end. None of that. No points for having your boat to the end. Um, it's a little dissatisfying in a way. Okay, I creamed the bot. This was my first time ever playing it. If I am playing the rules wrong and somebody's noticing something, by all means, I more than welcome the feedback, because I don't want to play it wrong. It's not my intention. Um, the Interesting. Oh, this isn't fitting. The remainder of this is this game's fun. I do enjoy this. I There's not enough time to do everything you want to do. There was, as far as the bot's concerned, a difficulty. So I think next time I will let him have 15 points, which is what it says. And then they would score 5 points instead of 4 for each permission of Khufu he's placed on the pyramid. I think that's a good call as well, because that would have given him 15 points. Um, I think that in his case, he didn't get these out quick enough, because these are a big source of points for him. Um, Everything else is just me versus him, and you know he he didn't do too hot. Uh, the biggest thing being, I was aggressive with the hearts and feathers. He lost more points than me because of the hearts and feathers, so his negative points were a big deal. And maybe I'm going to find out that he doesn't actually lose for hearts and feathers, and that's what would make me sad. Um, yeah, see, it proceeds normally. So, see, that's what I love about the bot. Like, the bot plays like a human and scores like a human. The only difference is these score a ridiculous amount of points. I don't know why this is not fitting. Maybe there's like a rotation thing. Yeah, it keeps auto-rotating on its own. But, so the way it works is like, you would put more of these on. Like, I don't even know. There we go. Those were flipped upside down. And then eventually you put the cap on. And I believe when you put the cap on, you get to pick any two you want. And it could be the same one twice. Now, one other thing you didn't see in this game is, like, you could go here where you gain favors of Khufu, and it's just these. So you get to pick any two of these, and it could be the same one twice. And you get that anytime you see this symbol right here. So as you advance along this track, and then every time you would advance again, you would get another favor over and over again. So that was one thing we didn't see in this game. Everything else you more or less did. These were worthless in the final era after you spend what you need. So if I would have pushed up any more here, I would have gained another favor, which once again is this. What else did I miss? This here. Yeah, see, these are tokens that are randomly placed. So the fact that the orb was at the end, that was just random. Like, that could be in the very beginning. And I kept forgetting to take those, but those are powerful. Like gaining a heart every time you grab a contract. I do like. So the boats seem to be something that can help you early in the game. Being able to fish to get the food, being able to grab contracts, especially ones that you can easily fulfill. I can see doing these getting you. I mean, it's going to get you a lot of hearts first of all, and at level 3 you can get 5 hearts for this one. I mean, 5 hearts, bam, you're moving along the track big time. So this could be a big point scoring opportunity. And then if you take the Sphinx along with it, I mean, you can get even more here. Um, this, of course, is nice orb and gifts. It's well balanced. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Is like I could see taking a different angle in the game and still scoring points. Um, I didn't see the value of going to the top. Like this level 3, most of these gifts, the level 3 gift is the same as the level 1. So what's the point? Like that's 2 fish, so is that. So what incentive, by putting that one on the 3rd level, I get the same 2 fish I would if I put it in the bottom level. That was the one thing I didn't understand is like why does that matter? And maybe I played it wrong with my. So you just score those points immediately if it goes there. Crafts are always placed left to right. And you just need to support it by 2. Like, it would be like, it would mean more to me like, okay, this room here needs to be a basket from a level 3 craft. Oh, I get it now. Alright, I was playing this wrong. Here it is. When you go level 2, you get both these bonuses. You get the level 1 and the level 2 bonus. So I would have gained a papyrus and 2 Heka. And then for this one, I would have gained, moved my priestess 2 and moved up the orb 1 space. So when you're up at the very top, you're not just getting 2 fish, you're getting 4 fish plus carving a sphinx. You get to do all 3 of these when you're at the top. That's what I was missing. My apologies. So, in his case, he would have gotten 1 more orb and 1 more point. So, that 1 more orb would have gotten him 4 more points. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5th point. I still creamed him. But yeah, he would have gotten level 1 and level 2 bonuses and so would have I. And so that's the reason why you want to go up to the 3rd one, because you get all 3 bonuses, which is clearly going to be better than just getting the low. I fully understand. That was my mistake, and I'm glad I tucked it through and looked it up. So again, if there's anything else I missed, please let me know. I know some of you are probably going to be screaming in the chat when I'm screwing that up, as it's happening. So just know I eventually caught it. But it's a fantastic game, and I know some people are saying this is their game of the year for 2024. I'm not sure I feel that way. However, I want to play it multiplayer. I do think that from a solo perspective, this bot is better than most bots. That Civolution bot, which is the other game I've been playing, is Cheaty McCheaterson times 10. And I don't enjoy the bot. I don't enjoy the Great Western Trail bot for the same reason. They just cheat. And sometimes the bots cheat too much. They're nice and simple to operate, but they're not fun to play against because it's not emulating what it's like to play against real people. This, I felt like I was playing against a real person. So I can understand that maybe from a solo perspective, that's why this game rises above. But the bot was really easy. I beat it like handily. A 30-point lead in this game is pretty easy to do. So unless there's some other ways the bot scores that I'm not aware of, even with a 5-point head start, I don't think it's going to be that hard to do. What I would like to play is I would like to have 3 bots. I would like to play a 4-player game against multiple bots. I think that would be more fun, actually. I think this game as four players would be more fun because some of these spaces would get clogged up and taken. I think that this track would be more interesting with four players because right now with it's real easy to just pay one fish, and I think that was another thing too. I didn't have to worry about my fish very much because I was able to go for free or just pay one fish every time. Whereas in a four-player game, this would be insane. And I know we just played the solo game, right? Where like this board for whatever reason is built for both uh, one and two players and three and four players. But this doesn't change. And in a four player game, you're not going to have these neutral people. So that does help a little. I mean, this is like the equivalent of a three-player game, right? Um, but yeah, I think you're going to end up spending more fish, and it's going to force you to maybe take an action that's less beneficial to you, because like you're going to be moving, these when you're trying to move those. But yeah, I don't regret the purchase at all. I know I'm playing the electronic version, but we're going to be playing this Wednesday with my group, and I feel very good. This was fun. I loved all the little mini games. They come together really nice. Designer did a good job. Um, the only weird thing to me is the just the it just ends after three eras. It boom, it ends, and there's no final scoring or anything like that for achievements for you know I mean my reward for getting to the top is the 18 points. So and yeah, it does reward you for. I know I'm rambling a lot. I apologize. It rewards you for like if you fulfill contracts early, you get those points three times. So you're not just getting it at the end of the first era, you're getting it at the end of the second era and again at the end of the third. So these 1 point contracts, they're not only easy to fill, but if you do them in the first era, they're worth 3 points by the end of the game. Whereas this one's worth 3 points as well, but you're probably not getting it until the end of the game, or you're not fulfilling it until the end of the game. So you're getting the same 3 points here as you got there. So very neat mechanics that way. Anyways, I can go on and on. Um, the only final thought I have is what would be my game of the year for 2024. I really love Civolution. I just don't love it solo. Um, the solo bot isn't like it's hard. I haven't beaten it yet, but as far as like the game mechanics go, man, I love that game. Um, what else did I buy this year? And forgive me, I'm going to go to the main menu here. Let's see. This one seems neat, but I haven't played it yet. Mr. President was a big surprise to me. I enjoyed that a lot. Um, my game of the year is Ezra and Nehemiah. I don't know if that's a 2024 game. So I bought it in 2024. It was new to me in 2024, but that's my game of the year. This one. This game sucked. This one would be close to my game of the year. I just can't get people to play this one with me. I love Age of Innovation, and it is my intention to figure out how to do the solo bot on this one so we can play it. Nucleum was awesome. I love Nucleum. Sixth Realm is technically not out yet. I do really like that one. Inventions is horrible. I do not like that game. I own it still, but I would gladly sell it. Um, I just did not. The mechanics of this one are horrible. Um, Red Dust Rebellion. It did not disappoint me, but it also didn't. Um, it's not. It's in the middle for me. I do like what the designer did. I think the bot is a little too difficult sometimes to control and figure out like where the movement's going to be, and then also it cheats a little more than I like. Um, the Great Western Trail games are always fun. They're always my favorite, but they're not this year. So yeah, for 2024, I really love Civolution, but yeah, Ezra and Nehemiah by far is my most favorite game, and the solo bot for it's not bad either. It does a really good job of not cheating too much as well. Um, this one I've been toying with. I have not figured out. I do not own this one. Um, but the Kickstarter is like $600. It was ridiculous. The That one was last year. This is an old game. Sky Mines. I haven't played that one on my channel, but I do own this one, and it's fun. It's basically Mombasa redone. Voidfall. It was my game of the year of 2023. I don't think that was a 2024 game. Yeah, you could see the last save was 2023. This one, fantastic game from last year, and I still play the crap out of War Room. We just played it last week. Then this is another interesting one. I'll probably never show this on my channel too much, but it's a West Point Academy board game, and it's super easy. You're basically moving up these three things, and you have it's a worker placement. You do have some dice rolling. Basically, you place your workers in certain spots, and you know this is a physical, military, and academic, which are the three paths down here. So you could gain +3. Move up. Based on you get to gain some cards, and like this one, you gain 3 cards, and um, you know these are ways to gain cards. Here you can move up. Basically, for the dice roll, you can determine where you go, and when you go to certain spots, you get to move your star up. And in case you're, it's almost Monopoly level simple. But the thing with West Point is your class ranking is not just your grades. You have a military ranking, which is based on different things you do for the army, and then there's a physical ranking where you literally go and there's like this obstacle course, and you get timed on it, and you have to jog so many miles in so many minutes. You do a ruck, so you get scores in all 3 of these areas, and they combine those 3 scores combined to give you a what's called an OML, which is an overall class rank. And so you could be a total nerd and not be able to do push-ups, and you're not going to necessarily be top of your class. And they have like these competitions. So you try to beat the dean, and whoever gets in first place is going to get 2 of these stars, the academic, and then whoever gets in second is going to get a black star, which is the physical, and then the third place will get to draw a card. It's very simple like that. You got your different players. And it's all supposed to be thematic. So like this is the football stadium. This is the indoor doohickey. The plane is right in front of the barracks, and Camp Buckner is where they go do military drills. This is their mess hall, and this is where they do a lot of their classes. And there's different events, and reception day. This is our day. It's the day that the plebes arrive for their boot camp, and it's true. Like it says here, you have 90 seconds to say your goodbyes. So when I dropped my son off at West Point, they gave me 90 seconds to say goodbye to him, and then boom, he's gone for 6 weeks. Don't see him again for another 6 weeks. In my personal situation, I didn't go through that because there was a massive storm in New York and all the flights got canceled. So he ended up showing up a day late. But yeah, your first year at West Point, you're a plebe, and so it's very thematic. But anyways, it's a fun game. It is available. You can purchase it. Just Google it. They also have an Air Force Academy one that they created, and I believe they were working on a Naval Academy. They just did a recent Kickstarter. It did not succeed, so it was going to be like a reprinting of the game. But yeah, it's a very simple game. The rulebook is not very many pages, and it's mostly pictures. I mean, it's not a hard game. But it still can be fun to play, And, you know, it's just for thematic purposes. But, anyways, I'm way off track. Have a great night, everybody, and stay awesome.